The universe ends in silence, not with a bang. Commander Rhys Alvern learned this not from a textbook or sensor readout, but from the absence of stars outside the hull of the derelict carrier Vanguard Horizon. Beyond the ship, a thick inky curtain loomed, no starlight, no echoes, only the hush of cosmic finality. They were supposed to chart the edge, test the limits of warp space. Instead, they were marooned. Rhys had been the navigation officer. Now, he was the sole survivor. The others had either died during the power collapse or vanished in the following days. Food processors stopped working, communications fell into static. Then the leadership, Commander Roston and his officers, boarded the emergency skiff, muttering something about a containment protocol, and jettisoned themselves into a localized warp rift, abandoning the rest. They didn't even look back. Rhys, running on sleep stims and paranoia, cannibalized what remained. He took parts from maintenance drones, welded navigation arrays onto an old cargo shuttle, and stuffed the hold with nutrient paste rations and thermal gear. He named the vessel Echo. It was ugly, barely functional, and not meant to cross even a fraction of the distance back to inhabited space. But it was all he had. He made his first jump 2 days later, charting coordinates based on a salvaged star map from a broken scout pod. When he emerged, he found himself in the orbit of a burned-out planetoid. Debris floated in oddly symmetrical patterns like petals frozen mid-fall. The comm system crackled. Rhys. Alvern. He froze. The voice was his, not similar, his, speaking words he had not said. The transmission ended with a low, gurgling laugh. Every jump after that brought something new. A derelict mining platform orbiting a sun that pulsed irregularly, emitting Morse-like bursts in old Earth English. Why did they leave you? A space station where time seemed fractured. In one room, Rhys saw himself arguing with Roston. In another, he was begging on his knees. In another, his corpse lay perfectly preserved, eyes wide open, mouth fixed in a scream. None of these things had ever happened. Or had they? He began to doubt memory, then time, then reality. But something kept him alive. When the reactor on Echo nearly overloaded, it shut down just in time. When a black hole pulled him into its gravity well, a mysterious force nudged the trajectory by a hair's width, allowing escape. When an oxygen leak threatened to suffocate him, an old filtration unit suddenly whirred to life, though it had no power source. An entity was watching, guiding, but it gave no name. It only left clues. At jump point 12, Rhys encountered the Argus Array, a defunct surveillance outpost once operated by the Unified Earth Command. Its systems were long dead, except one. A backup AI flickered on as he docked. Rhys Alvern. Clearance accepted. Would you like to review final transmission logs? Yes, he whispered, throat dry. A hollow screen lit up. Commander Roston appeared, blood on his face, eyes wild. If you're seeing this, Alvern, you were not meant to survive. You were an anomaly. The others, they were infected. We thought you were too. We left you. I thought that would be enough. The screen cut to static. Another file auto-played, footage of Rhys. He was in the medical bay, convulsing, strapped to a gurney, doctors arguing. He's resisting it somehow. Impossible. No one resists the Omega pulse. Then, this is beyond us. We should call them A symbol flashed briefly, an eye made of stars, and then darkness. The Omega Pulse. It had been a secret weapon or defense mechanism. Rumor said it was alien in origin, something discovered rather than created. When the Vanguard horizon passed beyond the galactic boundary, something had triggered it. Something in Reese had resisted, or been chosen. He asked the AI about the eye symbol. It responded cryptically. Designate. Overseer Construct 77K. Purpose unknown. Believed to predate linear time. Is it helping me? No record, but multiple anomalies consistent with interaction. Why me? Query invalid. You are the question. Reese stared at the screen. I am the question. At jump point 16, Echo broke down near an artificial ring world, one that didn't show up on any maps, past or present. Its surface bore ruins in shapes that defied geometry, buildings with angles that looped into themselves. Reese entered cautiously. Inside one of the structures, he found a chamber with floating orbs of light. They spoke, not in sound but in emotion, grief, curiosity, regret. You are incomplete, one said through his mind. I'm just trying to get home. There is no home, only return. To what? They showed him images, not Earth, not his family, but a place beyond form, a lattice of beings made of thought, peering at timelines like scientists observing petri dishes. The orbs told him they were fragments of the entity that had guided him. They were what remained after the fall of the Watchers, cosmic architects who once shaped reality. They had chosen him because he resisted. Reese fell to his knees. I didn't ask for this. Your species never does. With help from the orbs, Echo was restored, outfitted with a strange propulsion matrix, one that ignored conventional space. He didn't understand it, but he used it. And the closer he got to human space, the more distorted things became. He received a message from Earth. Official. Time-stamped weeks into the future. Reese Alvern. Return is denied. You are presumed unstable and infected with anomalous data. This is a precautionary containment measure. Do not approach Earth space. This is your final warning. It was signed by Admiral Roston, the man who abandoned him, who knew he was still alive. So this was their solution. Quarantine, exile, denial. They were afraid of what he'd become, of what he knew, of what was riding silently within his mind, unseen. At his final jump, on the edge of Sol's heliosphere, the entity spoke directly at last. A voice not heard with ears. One question, Reese Alvern. Why me? He whispered again. Because even we do not understand your kind. What does that mean? You were abandoned, left to die, stripped of reason and comfort, and still you built, searched, defied. You reached. This is not normal behavior. Then what is it? Purpose or madness, sometimes both. You walk the line. Reese stared out at the familiar stars of home. Will they let me in? No. Then what now? Earn it. He steered Echo not toward Earth, but toward Mars, a neutral zone, less fortified. If they fired, so be it. He broadcasted a single message to any listening human vessel. I am Rhys Alverne, I have returned. I know the truth about what happened at the edge of the universe. I know about the overseers, about the pulse, about the things buried beneath our perception. And if you want to survive what's coming, you will listen. Then silence. He waited. And then a reply. Crackling, unsanctioned. A whisper. Rhys, this is Dr. Lena Morell, formerly of the Horizon Project. I knew you were alive. They lied to us all. I'm coming to find you. You're not alone. Rhys exhaled. Behind him in the void, the entity lingered, watching, waiting. He was still the question, still the anomaly. But now he wasn't alone, and sometimes that made all the difference.